Welcome back, beautiful tri-state area. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Zen Sams. Coming up next in the small business feature of the month right here on 710 WOR, we're shining a spotlight on the entrepreneurs who are shaping our communities and redefining success. Today we have a truly inspiring guest, Junior Lantigua. He's the founder and CEO behind the Wahi Group, and he's the visionary behind Wahizza Pizza. Now, from the vibrant streets of Washington Heights to the forefront of New York City's culinary scene, Junior's journey is one of passion, perseverance, and a deep love for his heritage. We're going to be diving into the heart of his story, uncovering how he turned his dreams into reality and the lessons he's learned along the way. Junior, it's a pleasure to have you right here at headquarters. Welcome, superstar.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, let's go back to the very beginning. Let's chat your early days. So your story starts in Washington Heights, a place very well known for its rich culture and very tight-knit community, more importantly. And many of us can relate to that feeling of having big dreams in a small neighborhood, if you will. What was it like growing up there, and how did your surroundings shape your passion for food and entrepreneurship?
Well, my family came in 1964. I came here I was born in Dominican Republic. I came here in 1977. It was very tough, but at the same time, it was amazing because the culture, you were surrounded by African Americans, Puerto Ricans, and a whole bunch of other Latinos, which aligned us to be where we are today. But growing up in Spanish Harlem or Harlem, and then going into Washington Heights, it was an amazing journey for us. And understanding how difficult things were at that time to be where we are today, it's just amazing.
Now, they say the secret ingredient in any great dish is love. But in your case, it sounds like Washington Heights added a whole lot of spice to the mix, too. And it's amazing how our roots, of course, can shape our future, right? In fact, I don't know if you knew this, but over 65% of small business owners say their community influenced their business ideas. So it's all about that local flavor. Now, let's chat about overcoming challenges. I think that's a very relatable topic because most Americans, most small business owners have had to overcome many challenges, and they faced obstacles, especially in the competitive world of hospitality. So what were some of the biggest challenges you encountered when you first started out, and how did you overcome them?
My dad passed away when I was very young. I was 17 years old, so I inherited his business and so many other stuff that he had. He owned like properties and stuff like that. So I had no one to hold my hands. So the challenge was pretty. The experience was amazing. Let me just put it that way, where I had to educate myself and learn from all the experience at that time. I want to always do something different, but within, I want to be able to mix around our culture and everything that we do, throw a little flair of the Dominican culture in it. And at the beginning, it was a little challenging because we were always trying to enhance our food, our culture, educating our people on how to eat, how to experience the hospitality industry. So, but at the same time, it was amazing because the support that people 3 to 4, 5, 6 months into our journey into the restaurant industry, they started to supporting us and understand that, wow, you know what, it's beneficial for us, or it's great for us to intertwine and come support these businesses, and that's what we've always tried to do. Figure a way how to make these people come in, or make our people come in and support us.
And support you, yes. And of course,
Right.
running a restaurant is like literally trying to juggle pizza dough, right? It's all fun and games until something crashes. But seriously, we all know that the path to success isn't without its bumps. Many statistics show that nearly 25% of new businesses fail within their first year. And yet here you are with multiple thriving establishments under your belt. Now, I want to know what your secret sauce is, but more
Mm.
importantly, I think your secret sauce comes with more of a complicated answer in this one single interview. But what is your secret sauce, if you could sum it up?
I always tell people, whatever you do, you gotta love what you're doing, you know. And but most importantly, there's a saying that my dad used to always say: never forget where you come from, because you never know where you're at or where you're going. So understanding your roots is very important, and loving what you do and applying the passion to it. I think
Passion.
that's is the key to the success.
Yeah.
And persistent. You always have to be persistent in what you do, never giving up. There's gonna be a lot of challenges, and believe you me, I've had a lot of challenge in the course. 30 years in the making, it's a long time, you know. So, but again, it's just putting the love and the passion and being open to your team, to suggestions, and allowing them to allow you to grow as well. So, I'm very open to any suggestions that the team brings to the table, but at the same time, understanding the long game behind it.
The roadmap,
Yeah,
yeah.
correct.
So let's talk about the birth of Wahizza. Is more than
And
just a pizza place. It's a
correct.
brand,
It
right?
is.
It's a brand that really reflects your journey, your heritage, and your vision. Can you tell us how the idea for Wahizza Pizza came about, and what makes it unique in the very crowded culinary landscape of New York, and what inspired the
Well,
name?
believe it or not, I mean, we just started as a speakeasy concept to a club I had in the Heights, which was called Arca Lounge, and it was renamed to Arca Room. Once we converted the space into a speakeasy concept of the Wahizza experience, I love Italian food. I grew up in Harlem, and the only food that you probably had that was affordable was Chinese food and Italian food or pizza. Let's just put it that way. And my wife at the time was pregnant of our second child, and she craved for a sandwich called chimichurri sandwich, which Dominican as a Dominican sandwich. And when I said, "Listen, I'm gonna rebuild the business, and I want to do a pizzeria," she says, "Well, can you convert this sandwich into a pizza?" And that was a challenge. It took us about 28 to 30 days to create the recipe. We did it. And then after that, it just became a phenomenon after that. And so the name Wahizza comes as well from Washington Heights. Wahi means Washington Heights. And then we added the ZZA for pizza. So like Brooklyn has Brooklyn Pizza. We decided to say, you know what? Let's put a stamp here. And let's just put Wahizza Pizza, which is Washington Heights Pizza.
I love it. This is so cool. This is
Yeah.
such a great story. There was a baby's birth involved. The chimichurri sandwich cravings came with your daughter's birth.
My son,
Your son, okay.
Yes, yes.
There we go.
Ethan.
Kid knows what he wants.
Correct.
Now they say you can't make everyone happy if you're not pizza. So, but in your
That's
case,
true.
Wahizza seems to be doing just that, and it's fascinating to think that in a city where there are more than 35,000 plus pizzerias, you've managed to stand out. So, what's the secret ingredient that keeps people coming back for more?
Again, is consistency and quality. We don't compromise quality over quantity, and we make sure that we have nothing but the best ingredients. Everything is fresh in our pizza. We focus on that, and we driven about quality versus quantity.
Great. Let's drive that into the ground.
For sure.
I love the quality. Now, empowering entrepreneurs. Let's focus on that. So, beyond serving great food, to my understanding, you've also created opportunities for other entrepreneurs through the Wahizza franchise. Now, what motivated you to go beyond running your own businesses and start empowering others to follow in your footsteps?
Well, in the process, I had in my 30-year run, I had a lot of partnership, and I lost a lot of friends in the process. And it's because about money and operation. So came to a point in my life where I don't want to lose no more friends when it comes down to business. So a lot of people believe in my concept, believe in what I'm doing, and how I run my business, how I run my business. So when people came about, what we said, instead of creating a partnership, let's just create a franchise model where you own your store, it's your store, and we carry the brand and we give you the support. We hold your hands across the board throughout the course of the business. That's how everything started. And here we are, 6 stores down the line.
That's incredible. So your original store was in Washington Heights, and
Correct.
now you have the additional 5 stores in the New Jersey area.
Correct.
Now, it's amazing to me because it's one thing to feed people and it's another to feed their dreams, right? And you're doing both. So it's no wonder that when you look at research, it shows that franchise businesses are 20% more likely to succeed than independently owned businesses. And you said it, it's about that support that you're giving your franchisees. Now, what inspired you to take this route and help others carve out their own slice of
I love
success, if you will, no pun intended?
I love my dad, we should always say, is that, the only way we're going to grow is by helping others. And the knowledge that we acquire as we go, if we don't pass it forward, we're not doing anything in this beautiful earth, right? So one of the things that I'm doing in the process is educating people, helping people understand the nature of the business. The 30 years of experience that I have, I want to share it with other people. So at the same time, the level of support that the franchisees are getting from us is 30 years of experience, understanding cost of goods, understanding concept, understanding branding, and understanding, quality, and most importantly, the service and the customer service that we provide to our customers, the experience. Let's just put it like that. So the Wahizza experience. So if you're able to capture that and able to teach your franchisees that, I think you're going to be successful. We can never forget that this is what that's what makes us different. Let's just put it that way. That we concentrate on all these components, but most importantly, customer service for us is key element on all this stuff.
You're a good man, Junior. You're a good man.
I try as hard as I can.
Now let's chat balancing family and business, of course. You've spoken about the importance of family and faith in your life. How do you balance the demands of running a business empire with maintaining strong family ties and staying grounded in your faith?
So in my journey of 30 years, I've understand that at the beginning of my journey, I didn't understand the balance behind it. As I progress in my journey or my experience in my industry, I learned to understand to create that balance between business and your family. If you don't have the family values and the cores of family, your business is not going to be successful. If you're not successful at home, meaning with your wife or your kids, that lingers down to your business. So if you're happy at home, your business is going to be happy. So it's a domino effect in a positive way that could prolong your lifespan in your business. I always tell people and all my staff when they come in, you leave your problems at the door. Once you come into this door, now it's happiness and it's just make this work. So one of the things that I've learned is that, you know what, I'll take 2 weeks out of the month for my kids and my wife, and then 2 weeks out of the month just for my wife and I. So we take out a day in the week that we go out at least twice a month. So to create that balance between work and family at the same time.
So important. And you are 100% right. We make it so much about our careers and about the kids and the family that we forget about our partner. And I love that you pointed out that you are prioritizing your partnership with your wife, because that's the tie that binds, and really that's what keeps it all together. And balancing work and family is like trying to keep a pizza crust crispy while piling on all the toppings, right?
100%.
It's tricky, but so important. And if you look at the surveys, again, back to edutainment, that's what we trend, right? 60% of entrepreneurs say they struggle with work-life balance. So you manage to keep everything in harmony, and I love that about you. Now let's chat legacy and inspiration. We're moving on here. So legacy is a word that comes up often in your story. What kind of legacy do you hope to leave behind, not just for your family, but for the community that you've touched and the entrepreneurs that you're currently inspiring?
It's creating that let's say that it's not even about a brand. It's the brand is on the commercial side, but it's being an inspiration to others. Starting in Washington Heights many years ago, I was the first to open up an upscale restaurant, the first to open up um, a lounge, the first to open up a cigar shop. So being the pioneer in Washington Heights, it takes a lot of pride. But at the end of the day, it's not even about the business. It's about changing the concept and the mindset of people. How do we do that? So for me, that's legacy, creating that, and then passing it on to your kids. So making sure that they keep on with that legacy, and everybody that works with you, embedding them. Hey, listen, you know what? This is how you do business. This is how we grow. Allowing them to grow as well as they go, because every employee that comes to your business, they also want to grow too. So allowing them to grow, and I think that's how you build legacy, giving room to others to grow, and you grow as well. Just looking at the people that you've employed, opening up their own businesses. For me, that's amazing. That's I don't even have words to describe
You're
that.
doing great work. And they say we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give, right? And it sounds like you're giving a lot more than just great food. And most people believe that businesses do have a responsibility to give back to their communities. I do. And your idea of legacy influencing all of these decisions is clearly at the core of it all. So keep doing what you're doing, my friend. Now, from running restaurants to launching franchises, you've shown a knack for innovation. You constantly are staying ahead of trends and continue to innovate in an industry that's always evolving. And innovation in the culinary world is like creating a new recipe. You have to keep mixing things up to stay fresh, right? the food industry has a huge, a huge upside, but you got to also serve the right stuff. Otherwise, they won't keep coming back for more. Let's chat about the symbolism behind your pricing. I know that you end all of your pricing in 88. Can you talk to me about the inspiration behind that?
You know what? The number eight's been following me for forever, and it's a symbol of infinity and abundance, and I take that seriously. I think that when you price something or when you put a number or when you put a stamp to it, it has to have a meaning. So it takes a long time for us to create a name, to create a brand. It's not like it just comes out of nowhere. Let's just put this on because it sounds nice, it sounds sexy, or whatever the case may be. There has to be a meaning to everything that we do. From the first business, Rancho Jubilee means ranch, and Jubilee means joy and happiness in the Bible. Ark Lounge means Noah's Ark. You're an anchor. You're there. You're staple there. Fumé, which means smoke in French. That was when we had the cigar shop. Hispaniola, the name of the island of two countries, Dominican Republic and Haiti. So there's an abundance of history behind everything that we do. Wahizza, Washington Heights Pizza. So you have to create these staples so people could understand that, we're just not just throwing things there. We take our time, we understand, and most importantly is being grateful to God and the universe. If you're not grateful to God and the universe, you have nothing. So the number 8 means all of that for me.
Very symbolic. You are one deep person with a very old soul. I love this about you.
Thank you.
You are clearly thriving and on your next chapter and have lived many lives because you are very, very perceptive and empathetic towards others, which I think is incredible skills for anybody to have, especially in your position. Now, you have also trademarked the chimichurri name. Is that correct?
Correct.
Tell me about that.
So we started this in 2014, and understanding that a lot of people were going to copy our concept because it's different, especially in the Dominican community. We're known for the Chimi sandwich, but never for a Chimi pizza. So understanding that, we started the process in 2015, and it took us 9.5 years to actually get it. We had to work around so many things that were legal, and we finally got it. And a lot of people was starting to copy our concept, and I just took quiet for a while, and I've been quiet for a little bit until we need one more number. Once we get that, and it's game on. But what I mean by that is that you have to protect what you're doing and your innovation. And one of the things that you do is by understanding, listening to your lawyers, listening to your accountant, and how to do certain things. Like you pay people for the services, and you have to listen to them.
Exactly, so, and you need to know enough to know that you don't know everything.
For sure.
And let the experts handle that. Well, amazing. We are at the end of our interview. Thank you so much for being so inspirational, so transparent. You are doing incredible things. You are social media famous. You have your own trademark. You have your own franchise. You have an incredible community that loves you and looks up to you. I think you are off to the matches, my friend. You are doing incredible stuff, and the world is your oyster.
Amen. Thank you so much. I appreciate you inviting me over, and I'm humbled to be here. Thank you so much.
For those tuning in, if you haven't experienced Wahizza yet, do yourself a favor and grab a slice of inspiration. Until next time, this has been the featured small business of the month on WOR, and we are celebrating the heart and hustle behind Wahizza's success. Definitely check them out at wahizza.com, or you can check them out on the gram at Wahizza. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. We'll be right back after this.